Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Rini Rutten, and I work with foundations and help them with eventless fundraising. And today I am with Adam Katz. He is the executive director of the Doreen Katz Cancer Memorial Foundation. Welcome, Adam.
Thank you, Rini. Great to be here.
Good. How are you today?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing?
Very, very good. Okay, so we're going to have a little discussion here with Adam. But first of all, I think we have to address the elephant in the room. Tell us about the beard.
Absolutely. It's certainly a conversation starter, and it's something I do every year for the entire month of October. Many people are aware that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. My foundation is named after my wife, Doreen, who unfortunately passed from breast cancer a while back. So this I do every year. I dye it pink, and I wear it pink for the entire month of October in her honor. Of course, my foundation does work with quite a few breast cancer families as well. So, for some that have passed, it's also to honor their memory. And of course, those that are still with us, it's kind of like a shot in the arm for them and say, hey, we're really behind you. And it really helps. During this month, I get a lot of support from, throughout the cancer communities. A lot of times each day I'll wear a specific, like a bow tie of a different color for cancer as well. So I can say, yeah, I've got the pink beard, but today's color is, it's gray, and gray is brain cancer. Or white is lung cancer, and sarcoma is yellow, and do that for all the families within my foundation, because the foundation itself focuses on all cancers. We don't discriminate there. We cover any type of cancer. So got the idea a couple of years ago where, obviously I've got the pink beard, but we've got families dealing with a wide variety of different cancers. I want to make sure they know that just because the beard's pink, I'm still focused on everybody. So
right.
The bow ties or shirts in general are also a great way to remind people that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So when did you start? How long have you had the nonprofit?
It gets the children, especially, they look and they just start laughing, and that always cheers me up, regardless of what's going on in my day. So I always appreciate that.
Yeah. So how long ago did you start your nonprofit? How long has it been going?
We actually will turn 9 in December overall. I started up in Colorado in December of 2011. And I actually opened up here in Arizona, where I'm currently living, in 2017. So we'll be hitting the 4-year mark here shortly.
Oh, very good. So what area do you service then? You must serve both Colorado and Arizona?
We do cover both these states, and we also have a branch in Illinois as well. Because I found out about a couple of families there that needed our assistance. And so we opened up there.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Out the year, Illinois is a little bit difficult just because it's a couple of time zones away. I've only gone there once a year each year since we opened, which was last year. Obviously, this year was tough just because of COVID. And when I went, I tried to get in touch with the families, but being it was April when I went, and COVID was very fresh and things had shut down. I ended up flying out there, doing video chats with the families, talking with therapists that we're working with. And I wasn't able to actually accomplish anything with the state of Illinois. There's 2 entities you need to deal with in Illinois, and that's the Secretary of State, which is located in Springfield, and the Attorney General, which is located in Chicago. And both were basically closed and working from home. And it was kind of a wasted trip in that regard, but it was also a good trip because I was still able to take in a new family while I was there. So that was definitely made the trip worthwhile for me.
Right. That's good. So it must be just really an emotional roller coaster for you, because you work with families going through really tough times. What is that like?
It really is a roller coaster, but at the same time, it creates a bond between us, and each family really becomes a de facto extension of my own family, because when I will actually meet with each family face to face in their home generally, or, I try to make it as comfortable for them as possible, because obviously with our foundation, it's a parent has some form of cancer and we're trying to help the children. So I want the parent to be as comfortable as possible, because obviously they're going through a very uncomfortable situation, and they may not be able to get out or sit up or whatever. So I will go into the home and I'll tell them my story of why I created the foundation. I'll hear their story of, I was just diagnosed with this type of cancer and this is what's going on. These are the treatments I'm dealing with. And, I have these kind of days and those kind of days. And then we start talking about the children. So it really creates a very strong bond.
Yeah.
And so anytime I get to spend the time with the families, it's always very special for me. I was just up in Denver last week, reconnecting with as many families as I could. And again, right now it's difficult because COVID is still very active, and many of our families are in active cancer treatment. And me being out and about, I flew up there. I was, I'm out in different places around a bunch of people. I couldn't really go and visit with anybody that was on an active cancer treatment. So, we did a video call, we did phone calls, but the families where the patient has been declared cancer-free, I was able to go visit with some of them, and it was a very special trip, very short, but very exhausting, like I said.
Yeah, I bet so. How is creating the foundation, how has it changed your life, do you think?
It's opened me up again, which, for a long time, I closed myself off after Doreen passed. There was a lot going on in the world at that point. I was in the Navy. I had a top secret clearance. I got married because it was the right thing to do, but I didn't have the opportunity to really tell anybody in my chain of command, because she didn't have a lot of time left. And because of my clearance, there would have needed to be some kind of a background check done on her, and she simply didn't have that kind of time. So I sat on it basically, and I'm the kind of a guy that I wear my emotions on my sleeve. So everybody knew something was wrong, but I wasn't willing to talk about it, and nobody wanted to be the one to ask, fearing that, oh my God, if I ask, he might just explode. And so everybody just kind of left me alone, and I couldn't get over the silence for a long time. It took me 12 and a half years. And then a friend of mine did the Avon Walk for breast cancer in Colorado in 2008. And I didn't do the walk that year. I donated, but I was just like, I don't want to go. I don't want to know about it. I just want to, donate and hope that things get better. And after the walk, his friend came up to me and said, Adam, you need to do the Avon Walk next year. And I thought about it for a little bit, and I said, you know what, you're right. I haven't been dealing with it. I've been keeping myself busy, but I haven't really talked about it. And, I really need to. I started the training, and then towards the end, they asked me to be an opening ceremony speaker. And that was certainly a very emotional decision.
I bet.
But I agreed to do it. And I stuttered and stumbled my way through my speech. I broke down crying, but I got through it. And when I did, it opened me up again. I felt literally like the weight of the world shifting off my shoulders. And it was an amazing weekend. We walked a marathon on Saturday, and every time somebody saw me, they would just give me a bear hug. It was great.
Yeah, it's really amazing how when we give of ourselves, we get so much more back.
Exactly.
It really is amazing. So do you ever have need for
2009 Avon Walk where
do you have need for volunteers? If there's people that are listening that would like to volunteer or get involved, can they do that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're always looking for volunteers, because basically what we do is we help children when their parent has any form of cancer. And what we do is we cover anything a school charges directly to a family, K through 12. And our program does run gamut, K through 12. We're not just a one-year deal. We're going to be there as long as they need us through high school graduation. And we also provide therapy for the children so that they have a voice outside the home. Because there are those days where the parent simply can't talk about what's going on. And a lot of times the children will internalize that and be like, oh my God, mom or dad is sick. And it's because I did something. And that's just not healthy. So getting the therapist in there, and we do a variety of different therapies as well. We're in equine assisted therapy and music therapy and art therapy and dance and movement therapy. So we, pretty much are open to any type of therapy. But, obviously with the kids in school, a lot of times they can use a tutor, which is important for any subject. And we're happy to pay the tutors to come in and work with the children and just keep them moving along within school. But we're also open to just being like an additional member of the family, if you were like an aunt or uncle, whomever, that can just kind of take the kids and get them out of the house for a little while and do whatever it might be, whatever the child has an interest in, or somebody wants to just go out and say, hey, I do this really well, and take the child out. If the child is like, yeah, I'd kind of like to learn about that. We're happy to provide for that. And so we're always happy to have volunteers willing to do things like that along the way. And of course, we do run events here in Arizona and up in Colorado. We're still kind of working on getting events set up in Illinois. Like I said, I have to wait until I can actually talk with both the Secretary of State and Attorney General before we can really go full bore into Illinois. But it'll happen in the next year, hopefully.
Right. Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah.
So if people want to volunteer then, or if they want to donate, they can go to your website. Maybe you have an email or something, then get a hold of you.
Yeah, the website is simply DoreenKatzMemorial.org. Shouldn't say simply, that's kind of long. And of course, my email is as long because it's my name, Adam@DoreenKatzMemorial.org. Or, if you want to just drop me a text or a call, my cell phone is 720-530-9482. Obviously, when I'm in meetings, I don't answer my phone, but I always return calls and texts as soon as I can. And tell me what you want to do, and we will definitely find a way to use you and your talents as best as we can.
Okay, perfect. Well, we'll put that information in the video description, a link to your website where they can donate, all your email, all of that sort of stuff. We'll put a link to your Eventless fundraising as well, so that people can join that free to help you. And is there any closing thoughts that you would like to leave us with?
We also have an online or an actual text to give campaign going right now. It's through an organization called Give Lively, and it's simply, if you text the word pink beard, all one word, and it can be, you can capitalize it or lowercase, but it's just pink beard to the number 44321. You will get the campaign, and you can make a donation of any dollar amount to our foundation to help us help children of cancer patients. And that's our big hashtag, is help kids of cancer patients.
Okay, perfect. I'll put that in the description as well, so it's easy for people to find and get. Okay, well, thank you very much for your time today, Adam. And we'll be talking soon.
Sounds great. Thank you so much.
You betcha. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.